Welcome back to the PMP, the Peer Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Luis. I'm going to have 3 guests on today talking about growth mindsets. I'm here today with Jeremiah. Jeremiah, what do students do that prohibit their own growth mindsets?
That's actually a great question, Luis. So one of the biggest things people do to curb their growth mindset is they speak in absolutes. They think that just because they think they're one type of engineer, they're stuck in that role. I am a computer engineer, I only can do computer engineering things. I am a chemical engineer, I only can do chemical engineering things. That's simply not the truth. We try to, as peer mentors, we try to reframe all of the engineering problems as just problems, because that's what they are. And we come to college to solve problems. So we try to restructure it for we can show them step by step how to solve different problems.
So I guess what are some things you hear in the lab from students who have these issues? Like, is there a lot of I can't?
No, most definitely. A lot of our students are very new. They're freshman engineers, and they have a lot of I can't. So you hear a lot of I can't. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't CAD. I can't code. And it's very exciting to hear. So we as peer mentors, we try to reframe those I can't statements into like I can. We try to show them that there is ways. There's not only one way to do things, and there's multiple ways to do it. We also show them examples of how we started, and how we became now where we are now. So we try to show them like there's levels. You don't always have to stay there. You can just work towards it.
And I'm here today with Bishoy. I'm sure you're a peer mentor, right? So what have you seen students do that inhibit their growth mindset?
I think that students often put a lot of pressure on themselves to do really well, especially in their first semester in engineering. It's very challenging. I think what really inhibits their growth is that they are expecting to succeed always, and they come from high school. A lot of us do well in high school, but college is often looks a lot different. I remember my first semester here, I got 3 C's in horribly. But what inhibits them, I think, is this excessive pressure on themselves to do well. It stops them from just kind of growing from their mistakes. They want to avoid failure often, but it's not necessarily about avoiding failure. I feel like it's about understanding why it happens and what to take from it in order to improve in the future.
There's some great points to show like what happens to them when they're inhibiting themselves. So as a peer mentor, you're instructing these students. What can you do, or what do you do to avoid them having this, or to move more towards a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset?
A lot of students, we've already noticed a lot of fixed mindset, kind of surfacing, is when they come into office hours, they're struggling with assignments, and a lot of times they feel like they shouldn't be an engineer because they're comparing themselves to other students in their class who may have had experience in high school working in robotics. They see a kid come to the coding class who can finish the entire month-long project in 2 days because he's done it before. But we're not here at college because we know everything. We're here to learn, and I try to remind the students of that.
We try to restructure different. We try to restructure different problems. We also try to encourage students to go beyond their outside their field, outside their comfort zones, and we try to that really encourage them to discover more about themselves and to also discover more what they can do. And we see that it helps them grow more, develop a growth mindset, because we show them yes you can do it if you actually try, and then we give them different opportunities to do it, show them the lab.
And so let's say a student, they're being encouraged, they try something and they mess up. Is that the end of the world?
No, no, definitely not. All of our peer mentors have our failures, and we try to tell our students failure is part of being engineering. Failure is part of life. So we try to encourage them to always try again. We always show them examples of failure. We show them that it's not the end of the world.
A lot of students come to office hours and they're very lost, and it seems like they're very scared of failure, and they just kind of want the answer to be given to them. And I understand where the feeling comes from, and I feel like as a community it's really important to where that comes from. But our job is also to remind them that failure is not so bad. I think reminding them to this idea of failing forward is what's really, really special. And the homework assignments, our job as presenters is not to give them the answer, but to help them learn from what they're doing wrong and move forward. Because failure is just as much a learning opportunity as success.
So I mean, you're talking a lot about what the students do in terms of having a fixed mindset. So what do students who have a growth mindset, what do they tend to do?
That's an excellent question. So a lot of our students who exhibit a growth mindset, they're very proactive with their work, or they're very proactive with wanting to gain more knowledge because they want to grow, they want to learn.
I think that a real hallmarker of students with the growth mindset is the way I see them approach challenge. We all face challenge, but I think what sets these students with the growth mindset apart is the way that they kind of approach it. I noticed that some students, and they all learn this over the course of the semester, they will see something that is difficult, but they don't necessarily shy away from it. They treat it as a learning opportunity, and they know they're going to mess up because there's nothing easy is worth doing. And I feel like they understand that because they learn so much from the challenge. And I think what really shows the growth mindset is the way that they kind of tackle it and they keep going at it.
And yeah, speaking to that, should the students be only focusing on the grade they get out of the class? Is that all that matters?
Definitely not. I don't think a grade, definitely grades, I'm not saying grades are not important, but I don't think an A encapsulates you as an engineer. This course is only a representation of you 16 weeks out of your 70-year lifespan. So I don't think it's a statement about your entire life. So I definitely don't think an A is just the be-all, end-all of your capacity as an engineer.
Well, that's some great insight. Thank you, Jeremiah, for joining us today on the podcast.